Hey, good morning from the Well of Wellness, and it is 8 degrees today, so not the coldest, but cold enough. It's a crisp morning and pretty beautiful actually, nice colours in the sky. So I've just been listening to Rise by the Purple Disco Machine featuring Tasita d'Amour. And I'm a big fan of the Purple Disco Machine. He remixes a lot of tunes and just stays on the right side of not making them too poppy, but bringing that disco feel to it. And Rise is a good track. You know, rise up, let's meet the day, and get to the breakdown. And it's got this just amazing kind of synth that kicks in. Definitely one for your running playlists out there and one for getting you going. So I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've been thinking about this ultimate utopia of creating life-enhancing experiences in the workplace. And I'm inspired by quite a few things. I've previously spoken about the work of business in the community and what if your job were good for you. And I've done some amazing reading around if we assume people are fundamentally good, then we'll get more out of them, and we'll create cultures that are more conducive to psychological safety, to success, to higher productivity, to autonomy, to empowerment, to inclusion. But it starts from this position of believing that people are fundamentally good and then building that trust in the workplace. Now, I'm talking some big stuff here. And, you know, a lot of the stuff I do is around smashing stigma, helping people be more intentional about well-being. But increasingly, I'm asked to talk to leadership teams and inspire them on why integrating well-being into the business strategy is a sensible thing to do, the right thing to do, and a good business thing to do. And the other book that I've taken time to listen to recently is by my friend Jen Fisher. I think it's called Work Better Together. I'll put a link in the comments, and her colleague Anne Newgan. Again, I think might got that wrong. And there's a lot of great stuff in there about how we can integrate well-being into the business strategy. But it takes courage. It takes courage from our leaders to do that. And in talking to John Flint, who I've had the privilege of interviewing a few times now, one of the reasons it takes courage as a CEO to say, we're going to prioritize well-being, we're going to make this a strategic priority of the business, is because sometimes the results can be a bit intangible. And I'm doing a lot of thinking around FormScore and how we can help make those results a bit more tangible. And Josh Krzyzewski at Mediacom is keen to see more organisations report on their impact of their wellbeing efforts. Anglian Water, good role model there, Andy Brown, talks about the 8-to-1 return they get and measuring their ROI. Peter Simpson has written about this in the Financial Times. So it takes courage, though, because it's often seen as a soft, touchy-feely type strategy. It doesn't fit with the CEO's playbook of either cutting costs, acquiring stuff, or growing stuff. Whereas actually, I think it's essential that we get more airtime in our boardrooms on how we integrate well-being, why we should do so, and what are the benefits to the business as well as the benefits to the employer brand, retention, attraction of talent, all of that. And so this, for me, I think is a big part of my mission this year, is to inspire some of those conversations about, alongside our theme of being more human, creating more human workplaces where the well-being of individuals is rightly prioritized. And if we can do that, then we can start creating psychologically safe cultures where we can start making it the norm to prioritize well-being, to look at those well-being non-negotiables, and where we can look at then collective resilience in our teams and how we better support each other, which is another big project of mine this year. So lots going on, lots of thinking, but for me, creating more human workplaces where work is a force for good, is a life-enhancing experience, is, I think, the big mission. It's the big mission to help tackle this mental health crisis. in our workplaces and in our broader society. So I've been reflecting, thinking a lot. There's going to be more coming from me on this. But let's think about how can we influence those in our spheres of influence and get those conversations elevated to really help our leaders have the courage to prioritize our wellness. I'm feeling philosophical today. I'm hoping this is resonating with many of you. I'm looking forward to talking to a lot of SLTs this year. I'm making it my mission to do so. In the meantime, enjoy the purple disco machine and let's all rise up today and do what we got to do. Stay well, everyone.